and apparently for you, it
Yeah.
has not been proven as yet. I want to begin, or jump back, if you will, where this all began, and that happens to be back on October 8th of 2023, where Israel actually was bombed, if you will, by Hezbollah, who started firing rockets in support of Hamas's allies. This really sparked that whole war in Gaza, if you will. Now, obviously, Israel carried out airstrikes on Hezbollah targets for months, but September, and I really want to focus on that, it dramatically escalated its assault. We are yet again expecting the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to actually address the Israeli people any minute now. What exactly do you think he'll say?
First of all, I think he will be trying to convince the Israeli public that this agreement and this ceasefire is a good thing. And the reason for that would be that the Israeli public is a little bit cynical and very, very concerned regarding the agreement. The mayors of the cities in the north that have been very constantly and harshly bombarded, having their population needing to move away, are very unhappy about this agreement. In fact, it seems as if there's going to be a meeting between the prime minister and the mayors of the cities in the north in order for him to explain to them face to face why he's signing the ceasefire agreement and what is behind it and how he proposes to make sure that the IDF will resolutely respond if and when there will be some kind of a step taken by the Hezbollah, because the Hezbollah are not changing their skin. They are not gone. They're there. They will use the time in order to escalate again, to arm themselves again. And the issue is, how do we prevent them from arming again? And the question is, how good will be the surveillance on the smuggling of weapons via the borders from Syria to Lebanon and vice versa, all by Iran, by the Islamic Republic of Iran. And this is exactly the point. That is what the Prime Minister will try to explain to the Israeli public, that the IDF needs to close one front to focus on another, to put their focus and an effort onto bringing back our hostages and basically taking care of what is the true problem behind everything, and that is the Islamic Republic of Iran, which armed and fueled and instigated those arms like the Hezbollah and the Hamas.
We should make mention yet again that should this happen, and I repeat, should, the ceasefire would end, in essence, the deadliest war in Lebanon since its civil war, which ended back in 1990. As we know, Ruth, that happens to be one front. Yes, one front Israel is fighting with regard to a war. The other happens to be taking place in Gaza. Should this happen, what do you think would happen with regard to what's taking place in Gaza?
Well, the Gazan front is a difficult one. It's an ongoing one. And the existence of many, many tunnels, still warring tunnels of the Hezbollah are still in place, and it will take time to take care of the entire infrastructure, unbelievable infrastructure, which has been placed there for so many years since the Israeli IDF withdrew from the Gaza Strip and basically gave it over to the Palestinian Authority, and then it was taken over physically and violently by the Hamas. This will take time. At the moment, the focus is on Jabalia, a very, very violent region with a lot of operatives, Hamas operatives still there, still armed, and they say that they will continue to fight, they will continue to hold their arms despite perhaps a ceasefire taking place with the Hezbollah by Israel. But that would mean something that is very important, that the Hamas would be isolated. And this needs to be understood in the entire roadmap of what is happening. The Hezbollah, so-called, started bombarding Israel on October 8th because it said it was supporting the Hamas. Now it is forced into a ceasefire, literally, being completely destroyed, or not completely, but almost, very badly hurt. and they are no longer there for the so-called Hamas operatives. Now we need to see how the Hamas will be on its own. And at the moment, they still declare and they still say that they will continue the fight. And that's where the focus will be. And of course, very importantly, on Iran itself.
Yeah, once again, the focus as of right this very second happens to be the potential for a ceasefire, yet again, between Israel and, of course, Lebanon. We will keep our fingers crossed, and, of course, thank you, Ruth Wasserman Lande, for joining us yet again with this breaking news right here on the Fox 5 Live Zone. Truly appreciate your time, ma'am. All right, as we move on, we will do so with regard to American politics. In this case, President-elect Donald Trump has promised massive hikes in tariffs on goods from Mexico, Canada, and China starting on the first day of his administration. The move will be in retaliation for illegal immigration and crime and drugs coming